Hi, and welcome to another episode of Relax, I Got This and our Agent to Agent series. Today, we are headed to Rhode Island with Melanie Ruiz.
A real estate transaction is potentially the largest investment we make in our lives. Whether you're buying and selling your personal home or investing in real estate, you need the knowledge to make the right decisions. Get ready. Robin is a Texas realtor and has the experience to give you the information you need to make the right decisions. Welcome to Relax, I Got This with your host, Robin McCoy.
Melanie Ruiz is a future coffee shop owner building a real estate business to help fund a life by creating connections and community. Being a single mom of twins and working remotely back before remote was cool and hip, offered a lot of opportunities to find fun and different ways to work and keep those kids occupied in the meantime. And she fell in love with the idea of the coffee shop, and her real estate business has helped fund that dream. And we're going to talk a little bit about that and how Melanie works in real estate in Rhode Island. Stay tuned. All right, Melanie Ruiz in Rhode Island. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, we know each other through KW events and mastermind groups and all of that. So this is one of my partners out of Rhode Island.
Hello. Hello.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in real estate, kind of what you enjoy about it. Just kind of give me a little background.
Sure. So I've been in real estate, about 11 years. Prior to that, I was in corporate sales. I've sort of been in different sales roles in my lifetime. And I got into real estate because I want to own coffee shops. And
okay.
Yep. Strange, parallel there.
Yeah.
But, coffee shops either don't make money or they take some time to profit. So I needed to build something that could have income coming in while I opened coffee shops. And I was a single mom of twins.
Wow.
So, just jumping right into a profession that doesn't generally make money wasn't smart. So real estate afforded an opportunity for me to, do something that was flexible and to build a business that could be producing income while I did this dream of opening coffee shops.
Sounds smart to me.
Yeah.
So do you focus a lot on commercial or do you do a lot of residential? Kind of tell me what your focuses are on the real estate side.
So it's generally still just residential.
Okay.
A little bit of commercial, it's a very different animal. And, we as real estate professionals know that we should stay in our lane. So,
yes.
So yeah, I do a little bit of leasing. When it comes to commercial, really it would be more if it's over 4 residential units, and I do some mixed use, like the building that we bought for the coffee shop is a mixed use. So mostly residential though.
Okay. All right. Yep. So tell me, let's just talk about coffee for a little bit, because I see that like a lot on your social media and things like that. What is it about coffee and coffee shops? It seems like with the Starbucks and the Dunkins and all these guys out there, how do you do that?
Yeah. So, I was a single mom of twins and I had been in corporate sales, but I was remote, and I'm not as young as some may think. So I was remote before remote was a thing. It was kind of like I had a project support role, and my client at the time was opening a new office. So they kind of said, do you have a computer that you can use in your house until our office is built? And then I just never end up in an office. So yeah. So I had, my kids while I was working remotely, and that's, remote can be difficult. It's obviously we're a little bit more accustomed to it now since COVID, but back then it was very different and it was difficult. And, being a single mom of twins, it was like, I need to get out of this house. And I couldn't really afford to go, do a bunch of things with the kids because it was cost prohibitive. So we would go to coffee shops, and I would get coffee and they would get hot chocolate, and they would do like origami or coloring pages or something like that while I worked, and it provided a chance for me to get out of the house. the kids could get out and I didn't have to spend a lot of money. And I just thought to myself, like, I really want to create more spaces like this.
Yeah.
Where people can, do things that don't cost a ton of money. And now obviously it's evolved and that's a lot of where people go to work, which is also great because in real estate, as you know, we're on the road a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how the idea of a coffee shop came about. So,
well, that's fun. I mean, I have a niece that lives in Austin that works remotely, and she does the same thing to get out of her house and see other people.
Yeah.
Right? Even if it's just seeing other people, being able to do that. When I'm, like you said, we're on the road a lot and you get in between appointments, it's nice to have a place that you can just go land for an hour or two,
right?
Catch up on some things and then get on to the next without feeling like it's a big thing.
Right. And we just connect more, right? I think we, as a society, without going down a dark path here, as a society, especially with COVID, we've become a little bit more accustomed to spending more time alone, and we need to be around other people, right? Like it's just more healthy for us. So, my goal at the coffee shops is it's not going to be a Starbucks or a Dunkin' where you just rush in and grab a coffee and rush out. It's really more of a place for community and connection and for people to have that
nice
face-to-face. And so we'll do all kinds of cool things in there and have live music and poetry and co-working space that people can use. Yeah. So yeah.
Well,
I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, good luck to that. Good luck with that.
You.
That's a good goal. I don't know. There's better words for me to say than that, but that's nice realizing that dream, right? Bringing what you found to other people. I think that's what I'm trying to articulate there.
Real estate, really the vehicle that provided us that opportunity. So, it's that has helped me become more focused on helping others build their wealth because it was real estate and investing that helped us. Now we have a building and I don't think that would have happened if I hadn't been in real estate.
Well, we learn a lot, right? And, talk to me a little bit about real estate in Rhode Island. Rhode Island. So I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth, which is bigger than the entire state of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So let's
get a lot of Rhode Islands inside of there. Yeah.
Yeah. So help me understand how, as a real estate agent, how do you manage that, and what does that look like in such a full state, but so small?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So Rhode Island's about 1,200 square feet. I mean, you can get to any side from one side to the other in under 2 hours, hour and a half.
Yeah.
In most of Rhode Island. So it's a very small state. We're very population density. There's a lot of us in this little space, which is, it's similar to city. We're not like New York or Boston, but a similar vibe of we don't have a whole lot of land in Rhode Island left. And because it's so small, a lot of us that do real estate in this state are licensed in more than one state. So we're either also licensed in Mass or in Connecticut or both. I'm licensed in all three just because of where I am in Rhode Island. Connecticut and Mass could sometimes be closer to me than other parts of Rhode Island. So it's very densely populated. I think, what draws people here real estate wise is our beaches. So everyone loves Rhode Island beaches. We have hundreds of miles, 300 or 400 of miles of coastline. So a lot of real estate that's done here is people are coming here for vacation homes, second homes, living by the water, on the water. A lot of people that sail and things like that will move here in what we call South County. So kind of the southern part of Rhode Island. And then the other part of it really is much more like college. So kind of the opposite of that. We have a lot of really well-known schools. Brown University is here. So we have a lot of well-known schools. RISD is a really great art school, which is a lot of like how you feel in more of the city part of Rhode Island. Like our capital city obviously is Providence. So that's very sort of artsy college area. So we have a lot of college kids, but also investors who will buy college rental properties.
College housing.
Yep. And then, Mass and Rhode Island. So typically in Rhode Island, if people, it's sort of this funny thing that happens. People will start in Massachusetts, but it's so much more expensive there. They end up looking in Rhode
You
Island
start
because we're a little bit,
drifting.
and then they'll end up in Connecticut because you can get a lot more bang for your buck there. It's just much more rural. So there's not a whole lot going on there, but you can get a lot more house. So
Interesting. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, because all those New England states are all so close together
right.
that you kind of got this thoroughfare that goes through them all,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of the people that move in and out of Rhode Island are only coming from like New Hampshire, Massachusetts. You know, we get some from New York, but a lot of people that are moving to Rhode Island are not coming from far away. They're right
Okay.
in New England typically.
That was what I was going to ask. When the people are coming, are they coming from the Midwest? Are they coming
No.
from the West Coast? They are coming from that
Yeah.
region, I guess.
New England, and mostly New England. A lot of it is, and you know, or they started. People don't leave Rhode Island very often. If they do,
Okay.
they just go to another part of Rhode Island or Mass or Connecticut. If they do, a lot of people that sell here are buying like homes in Florida where they don't have winter.
Yes, that's important to note that Rhode Island, while feeling like it's creeping down the coastline, y'all still have winter.
A lot of it, yeah. And a lot doesn't necessarily mean a lot of days of winter, but when we get hit with snow, it's usually a lot.
It's significant. It's
Yeah.
significant.
Yep.
So you are also a productivity coach in your market center. So
Yeah.
that now when I bring that up to consumers that say, what does that mean? That means that you're coaching other agents, and that you have to have a certain level of experience and expertise in the industry
Correct.
to be able to do that. So tell me a little bit about some of that coaching.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home in the bustling DFW area? Look no further, because I am Robin McCoy, your trusted real estate agent with Keller Williams Realty. For over 15 years, I've been helping buyers and sellers navigate the real estate market here in DFW. So whether you're looking for your dream home or aiming to sell your property for the best price, relax. I got this. As a seasoned professional, I'll guide you through the entire process, ensuring a smooth and stress-free experience. I understand that buying or selling a home can be a significant decision. That's why I pride myself on providing exceptional customer service. I'll be with you every step of the way, answering your questions and addressing your concerns. So why take a chance with just any real estate agent? Choose me, Robin McCoy, the professional who has proven my excellence in helping both buyers and sellers in the DFW area for over 15 years. Call me today at 214-226-3770 or visit my website at robinmccoyrealty.com. Let's make your DFW real estate dreams come true. Relax. I got this.
So tell me a little bit about some of that coaching and things like
Sure.
that you're looking to educate agents.
Yeah, I think, you know, the entire time that I've been licensed, I've always been with Keller Williams for a lot of reasons. You know, our values are in line. Also, they're really big on education and training. And I think that's so important in our industry. You know, we joke about this a lot as real estate agents about, oh, like HGTV and all this stuff out there. It's kind of like people don't necessarily understand how real estate really works. And
Right.
so a lot of agents get into this business and unfortunately don't have the right support and training and education. You know, and our clients, customers, our consumers, home buyers, sellers, this is one of, if not the largest financial asset, right? And I think that we need to do a better job as an industry of making sure that the people that are helping them handle those assets are well trained.
Yeah.
And so that kind of, to me, passion for education. I know I was never a teacher, but that passion for just educating and making the industry better as a whole, if I can have a small part in that, you know, it's important to me. And so I think that's number one, is I really want to make sure that our agents are well supported and have the education and training, not only for our consumers, but so that they have that confidence internally, right? That they know what they're talking about and things like that. And, you know, our culture as a company is very much, we succeed through each other. And so if I can help do that, create that environment, that culture in our office, in our area, then that's why it's important to me.
I love that, because it is important that agents understand, because we have a fiduciary to our clients, right? We have got to represent them with their interests and not ours. And to be able to have agents going out there that do know what fiduciary means, first of all.
Right, exactly.
And, what the definition of that word is. And because this is, right? You were talking at the beginning of the show about how real estate brought you to being able to own a building, right? And that's through selling it, but that's also through the knowledge of building wealth through real estate.
Right.
And educating not only agents on how to communicate this to their clients, but for clients or for the consumer out there to understand that they can do that too.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about how that worked in investing in a building, that now you own this building. Tell me what that looks like a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's important. So, our broker talks a lot about invest in what you know, right? So I don't know the stock market.
Right.
So
It scares.
I'm not going to right? So I'm not going to focus my investments there, but I 100% understand real estate. So my investment, short-term, long-term, retirement is going to be in real estate because that's what I understand. So when it came to looking for a place for the coffee shop, it was really important to me that I owned something versus renting, because coffee shops don't survive, generally speaking, right? Unless you're a Starbucks or a Dunkin'. And so, for me, it's kind of like, yes, it may be less expensive to rent, but just like someone renting an apartment versus owning a property, that rent is just, sort of money gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wanted to, something to say like, okay, one, that money that I'm spending every month is now building my own equity, my own wealth.
Right.
And if the coffee shop doesn't work out, I own the building and can sell it and get a return on my original investment. And so that was really important to me. And also not just buying a commercial space. So for me, again, looking long-term wealth building, I have a mixed use property because that allows me to have the commercial space and residential space. So especially while we're starting, at least I'll have some income coming in from the rental apartment while we're trying to get the shop off the ground.
Sure.
And it's not all out of pocket.
So that's what I was going to say. So this building that you have is mixed use.
Yep.
So let's talk about a little bit what that is, because some people may not know what mixed use is. So commercial below, residential on top.
Right.
And how many units are on top? Just one?
Yeah. So the first floor, the first part of the building, the main area is the commercial space. And then there's a basement that was at one time a separate commercial space. So we'll include that in the coffee shop.
Okay.
And then above it is a townhouse style, which just basically means it's a 2-level apartment. So one apartment, it's got 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. And my husband, conveniently, is also a contractor.
Nice. Yeah. That's helpful. That is helpful.
Yeah. Which is great for us and for all of my clients and everybody in our office. So
absolutely,
we're converting that to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath so that we can increase the amount of rent that will come out.
Nice. Now, how long have you owned the building? When did you buy the building?
So we just hit our 1-year anniversary
a
couple of weeks ago. We're struggling a little bit with the city on conversion of, so, sometimes, and this is why it's also important, to have a real estate agent and someone that kind of understands how this works. We're in one of the toughest cities to work with in the state. Lucky us.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. So we're having to go back and forth and work on a survey because there's some concern around property lines with the abutting property. There's some concern about the upper level bedrooms, whether they were zoned correctly or not. So we're working with the city through that. So yeah. So it's been a year and it's gutted shell of a building.
And that's got to be, and that's stressful, right? Because it's a year and you're not serving coffee yet. And you're not rented out yet.
Yeah, we're not getting rent. And we, to make it even more interesting, we use a hard money lender to purchase the property. So for anybody that doesn't know, that's, we're using private money from, an investor directly so that we could buy it in cash. And our goal was to refinance that property into a regular mortgage, but we can't because it's gutted.
So
it doesn't have the same value.
So people need to understand that hard money lender charges a lot more interest. They charge a lot more money for their money than a traditional mortgage.
Yeah. So we just paid him off.
Through real estate, I'm imagining, right? So now, but this is still, that's how that moves through though, right? You're able to generate your income. Now you've paid him off. So now do you own the building?
Be the leader you know you can be. Build your professional network and access education that takes you where you want to go. We are women of all ages and backgrounds. You deserve national recognition and opportunities to build relationships with people you want to work and grow with. Hit the ground running with the Charisma chapter of the American Businesswomen's Association. Meetings each month from 6 to 8:30 p.m. on the fourth Tuesday in Farmers Branch, Texas, and online. Come with us. Experience ABWA for yourself. Go to charisma.abwa.org to learn more.
So now do you own the building outright?
Yeah, we own it outright. Yep.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's exciting.
You paid that off in a year.
Yes. Hence why we are still renting an apartment. So we sold our house last summer. The market, obviously is still very much a seller's market. So we wanted to take advantage of that. We knew we were going to be selling. So we sold and we've been renting an apartment, which we will continue to do until the coffee shop is open. And
then maybe you move in upstairs. I don't know. Maybe. Right? There's all kinds of options, right? Because when you own the building, now you can say, does it make more sense for us as a family to live there and work downstairs and manage that, or to get rent from someone else while we go live over here? But it gives you options.
Right. Yeah. And we know the market we know the rental market.
Yeah.
Right? We know. Yeah. So some people have said that, like, well, why did you sell? You could have just moved into the building. Well, to be honest, we probably still won't live there because the amount of rent that we pay now is significantly lower than the rental income we could get from the apartment. So,
but again, choices. And that's what real estate provides for people. Maybe it's someplace you want to live later.
Correct.
Or you may need to in the interim, or any number of things that now you have a choice and a place that you could use for whatever you need to use it for. Because
I have twins. They're 19 now, so maybe someday that's where they go.
Who knows, right? But that's why we talk about buying investment properties and doing these things, because now if you buy it, like you said, the investors come in because of all the universities in the area, and they're buying college housing because you are always going to have somebody moving in and out.
Right.
And then maybe eventually your kids are going to that college. Now they can live, there's just
options.
So many things that keep the options open, regardless of whether you're in Rhode Island or Dallas or Omaha or anywhere else. And I think it's important that people realize that real estate is an investment opportunity.
Right. Yeah. It's how we're building our wealth. Again, we wouldn't have been able to, selling that property gave us the freedom of paying that off, earlier than we expected. We wouldn't have been able to save up all that money. Our home that we sold, we had only owned for maybe 4 years, and we still had enough equity to go buy a building, because that's what real estate does.
Yeah. Well, and that's it too, right? We've got so many people in this country right now because of that real estate market that have so much equity in their homes right now, and being able to use that for something, right? It's not, that is your money, that equity that's in your house. And to be able to pull that is a big deal, and use it for something.
Yeah.
So we've talked about a lot of different things here. What is something that maybe you want to share with us? What are some fun things? What does Rhode Island as a place to live? And if it's Providence or some of the other areas, what is the cool, fun stuff?
Yeah.
That you enjoy?
So again, our beaches. So Narragansett Beach, Scarborough Beach down there. People love that. A lot of people come here for that. We have the Newport Mansions, which are beautiful old buildings right by the water, huge castle type looking things. So we have a lot of tourists that come for that. And that's also by the beaches as well. Fun little fact. So Rhode Island is known for coffee milk. So I don't know do you know about coffee milk in Dallas?
No, but I think I've heard of it, maybe from people like you. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
So there's a company called Autocrat, and they're founded in Rhode Island. And so it's basically a coffee flavored syrup. So kind of like a chocolate milk or strawberry milk. We order coffee milk, and you can't get it anywhere other than Rhode Island. So if you get it online, or you have to buy it from here. Yeah.
So it's like you take your milk and you squirt this stuff in there and it makes coffee milk, kind of like Hershey's.
But it doesn't taste anything like coffee.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
What does it taste like?
Call it coffee syrup. I mean, I think it was originally supposed to, but it just doesn't taste. It's delicious, but it doesn't taste like coffee at all.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Now I may have to order some just to know what
and we definitely
milk.
have a lot of coffee shops in Rhode Island. That's kind of a cool, fun thing that we do here. So it's a lot of outdoors, beaches. And then, because there's so many colleges, we have like a really fun downtown restaurant, music, art theme down by the colleges. And that draws a lot of people here too.
So, that's what people, if you're going to Rhode Island, although maybe you're not going there from Dallas, but maybe you are. I don't know. But, clearly that Melanie is your girl in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut.
Yeah.
To make sure that you get all the things that you need. And, I want to congratulate you on fulfilling your dreams of a coffee shop and bringing that experience that you had with your kids clearly 18, 19 years ago into fruition one way or another.
Life by design, right?
Life by design. Exactly. All right. Well, we're going to have all of Melanie's information for you in all the show notes. If you have any questions or need your realtor in Rhode Island, Melanie's is your girl. Melanie's your girl.
Thanks, Robin.
You absolutely. All right. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Relax, I Got This. Again, this is our Agent to Agent series where we are talking to Melanie Ruiz in Rhode Island. So tune in next time, see where we go. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for Relax, I Got This with Texas Realtor Robin McCoy. Check out all the show notes for contact information on Robin and our guests and to access your free buyer and seller guides. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a conversation. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Relax, I Got This with Robin McCoy.